Hey guys, thanks for joining us. My name is Ed.
I'm Ray.
Mike.
And we're Nerdcore. Alright guys, today we're here to talk about superheroes.
Oh, I'm touching myself tonight.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I saw SpiderMan recently, Homecoming. Definitely think he's the best Peter Parker for sure. I like the youngness and the playfulness of him, but as a movie as a whole, the vibe of who was it, Mike? The Sam Raimi ones? Yeah, the first ones with Tobey Maguire. I really like the vibe of those better. They played off the comic book-ness a little bit more. It was just a lot different than the newer one, but I enjoyed the newest one though.
I think the best fighting that we've seen with Spider-Man was definitely Spider-Man 2. That train scene was...
And even
yeah.
the... Well, go ahead, Ed.
I mean, he's more Spider-like in The Amazing Spider-Man.
It was good.
You know what I mean? Like, he has that more, like, crouching spider look. But that train scene in Spider-Man 2, it was just...
It was awesome. There's no doubt that I think the fighting in... Although Spider-Man 1, the very first Spider-Man, granted, you have to give this a little leeway because it is one of the first superhero movies that really sort of hit its mark, right? And then like that was released at the same time as X-Men and stuff like that, so that you kind of have to take in account. Spider-Man 1 didn't have awesome fighting.
No, it didn't.
But in comparison with the whole Spider-Man movies, I would say this was my least enjoyable series of Spider-Man was the second one with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
I hated that. I didn't think he was a good Peter Parker. He was too
Peter Parker.
No. Yeah, too much of a hipster for the time when
that
came out.
That's definitely what they were kind of going for. They've definitely described Andrew Garfield as that hipster Spider-Man.
I'm currently watching The Punisher,
which is awesome.
We can't say too much because
I
haven't finished it though, but
I'm waiting for my damn girlfriend.
Slowpoke over here.
Deflection.
I'm deflecting.
You just Kevin Spacey'd that right there. You Kevin Spacey'd that just now.
Well, I finished it and it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have maybe 2 more episodes.
It was...
And, God, it's so good.
First off, Jon Bernthal he's definitely up.
Kills it.
He's up and coming in, I think, Hollywood right now.
Oh, definitely.
He sells that character so well.
Yeah.
I mean, you think Punisher, you just think, just mindless gore and him killing.
Well, that's the thing that people said though about that, which was very annoying.
People just wanted to see just him killing people.
No. They wanted the opposite of that. They wanted a justification for the death, and for that, I called tire bullshit. There's a lot of articles going around online, and I didn't really go too much into them because I wanted to avoid spoilers. But just basically the headline, you can get an idea of what they were. It's probably a bunch of clickbait crap anyway. But it always brings up the Punisher fails to hit its mark on its message of violence, Like the violence was it's unnecessary, as opposed to Luke Cage, where Luke Cage had a very and for it did it well. I thought. I mean, I have different opinions on Luke Cage, but I'm saying its message. I understood it and I thought it was a good message.
I was listening to a podcast with Jon Bernthal talking about it, and he actually made a point to say he just wanted to be true to the comic book and to the fans. He didn't want to hold back, and I don't know what kind of involvement he had with the production of the show, but he didn't want to hold back that raw, brutal violence.
The violence and the energy that he
had.
That's
what Punisher is. That's what, when the first movie came out with Tom Jane, they didn't do any of that. That's what you want to see when you're watching the Punisher. You want to see him, he's such a badass.
I thought it was pro-gun laws, if you remember that. Like, it was very much like, you had the politicians in it were, like, anti-guns, right? And I see that side, for sure. But this one, I thought, definitely leaned more towards pro-guns. It didn't throw it down your face, like, guns, kill everyone.
Not,
but it just said, if you need to protect yourself...
Yeah.
There's a way.
It added to the depth of the story and the depth of the character.
I'd like to ask your guys' opinion. Do you like the movie format better, or do you like the elongated 12-hour, 12-episode, TV show format to tell a story of the superhero?
Right. Okay, there are some movies that totally work as an hour and a half to 2-hour movies. For instance, Deadpool wouldn't make a good show, I think. His character just doesn't fit that mold.
That's true.
He's funny, and an awesome story. I am satisfied in 2 hours with a Deadpool story. After that, it could be too much, you don't
with that sassy comedy and
it's hard to have depth there and and the comedy at the same time. And I think the movie totally did it perfectly. You're telling me the Avenger movies wouldn't work better as a 10, maybe even an 8-episode series?
That complex of a story, I feel like should be in something like a Netflix show.
Yeah. And obviously then comes the question of budget, right? Because you have these insane special effects, right?
True.
Yeah.
That you don't see in the Netflix series because they're not going to shell that money out. But you do see in Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones definitely has those CGI moments, and they're done beautifully. Like the dragons are done great. It's all done.
Right.
Really
But it's
good,
it's also few and far between. It's not like it's always there.
I would rather see the Avengers told in 8 episodes.
Right.
8 strong episodes. Even 6 episodes.
Right.
You know what the problem is? The action is always there, for the most part, whatever. But the dialogue, the characters... with
Character
the depth,
development.
Yeah, it's never there. Because here's boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then they're
It's
together.
too quick.
I'm not caring about these characters that much. There's not a lot of development there. It's a theme park ride to me. So yeah, I would love for Spider-Man to be developed. Thor. I feel like Thor never gets enough.
I don't care about Thor at all. Like
Well,
his character.
yeah.
I feel like I want to care about Thor.
I think that's the main issue that we're getting at.
Love 'em.
Is with these giant stories, when you have a movie with 25 superheroes and this otherworldly character that has been built up for 10 years, like, you don't have time to successfully do it and make me care about everybody.
So what DC failed to do was all they wanted to do was be right on Marvel's level. Man of Steel came out, 2013 maybe? So they're trying to catch up to a franchise that started in 2008.
Go and looking at DC and you just see like a broken mess. Like it's just like everything. It's like a puzzle that can't be figured out. It's just like you have successful parts and then you have very unsuccessful parts, and it's just like what the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
And like you hear in the news like Batman. They're making the Batman movie, but is Ben Affleck going to be in it? Now if they switch again, that's a
Well, the whole thing, I
disaster.
do understand Affleck's point of view with wanting to leave. I feel like playing Batman is kind of
the coolest thing fucking ever.
It is, but I was reading. I was
big
reading.
role.
It is, and especially with
big
people.
money.
People are still. Some people come out and say he's the best Batman you've seen on screen. Then everyone else is just like constantly, bail. Always
I did
comparing
not
to
like
that.
Christian Bale.
I didn't
Sorry.
either, but most of the world did.
I don't think they've ever nailed Batman correctly with anybody, with anyone. They've never nailed Batman the way Batman should be portrayed.
I'm definitely satisfied with what I saw in.
I think he's good. I don't think he's I don't think he's right though. I don't think he's perfect for it at all.
I think we need to see a Batman movie, a solo Batman movie with this Batman to really understand if I
For
love
sure.
him as
absolutely.
Batman.
He absolutely needs that. You
Because
can't just throw him out without having that.
Do we need more superheroes? Or maybe it's a time for us all to move on to something else.
I think superheroes are entertaining and successful, and I think they always will be. We should step back from the feature films that have these action-packed scenes and little character development, and I think we should take them less budget, onto these Netflix series where we can get into the characters a little bit more. I've seen enough explosions. I've seen enough fucking crazy fight scenes and the stupid humor. I've seen enough of it. I'd like to get more into the shows like Jessica Jones, where there wasn't much action, but I seriously cared for these characters. I'd like to see more of that.
I definitely agree with what Ray said. I think it needs to slow down. I don't think it needs to be so much. I don't see a reason why we need to have like 3 superhero movies a year. You know what I mean? I think we need a tonal change, honestly. I'm just tired of this formula just being rehashed every single time. I think it would be awesome if it kind of went more to like a show, more of an in-depth thing. I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Especially with these big characters, it'd be nice.
Right.
But I don't think that'll really ever happen.
Do you think that it's starting to slow down? Do you think we're seeing an end, or do you think we got another 10 years?
No, I think it's not. I don't think it's gonna stop at all. I mean, if you look at those lists, they have things all the way to like friggin' 2025.
Yeah, but
Jesus.
that could be the trickling.
I don't think it's gonna slow down.
My issue with it is though, because I love superhero movies. I love good ones at least, because it's just so much fun to just watch these things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you can watch it almost happen over and over again. But I am feeling I am superhero exhausted.
Oh, so am I. That's why I'm
am.
not jumping on
Yeah.
seeing certain movies.
I'm super exhausted with it all. I'd like to see the chance, because I feel like if you look at Hollywood though, as far as movies in Hollywood, it's not really there. I mean, superhero movies are the things I look forward to. For the most part, you don't have anything else. I would love
right.
for
Those
something
are
else to start
giant
popping
movies.
up here.
Yeah.
I want to see more. Remember Lord of the Rings, like with those
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
times. I want to see, and that was
Or The Matrix.
right.
Or...
I want to see more franchises, like original franchises.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, I'm really ready
Well,
for
that's the whole.
different things.
That's another issue with Hollywood. I mean,
All right, that said, I think we all kind of have our own opinions on that stuff, but I think we're all basically on the same page where we
Sure.
say we're feeling a little exhausted.
Absolutely, let us know how you feel on these different things and these different topics we talked about. Comment below, and I guess subscribe.
Please
Yeah.
Subscribe to us. If you have any particular suggestions, maybe you'd like to see us do, comment on it. You know, maybe we'll know about it. We're all into movies and nerd stuff in general.
That's right. Love us, hate us, like us, just let us know.
Yeah, definitely. And now let's give a shout out to our sponsors, which are Nobody. Fucking nobody.
Get on that, sponsors.
Thanks for tuning in, and I'm Ed.
I'm Ray.
Mac.
We're Nerdcore.